Hi everyone, welcome to Everyday, your daily stop for virtual reality content. I am D, and I have not been updating daily recently, mostly because my computer has been completely occupied running my light field compression prototype. But I've done a bunch of optimization on that now. It runs in a lot less time, so my computer is free to make some more videos for you guys. Today I'm going to be looking at Titanic, Honor and Glory. This was recently featured on Reddit. It was played by Hoopera on his Hoopermation channel, and he did a great job of featuring it. But I really just want to draw some more attention to this and get a second look at it, because I'm really excited about this. This is much like the Apollo 17 project. It's another demo that aims to authentically recreate a historic experience, in this case the original maiden voyage of the ill-fated Titanic. And I really love their approach to this. It's like they're adding a story mode that encourages you to explore the ship, and you're playing this fictional character engaged in this fictional plot where you're accused of murder and you have to clear your name. But the real focus of the experience is actually on their authentic recreation of the ship itself and the port that it sails from. And you can tell by just, like, I've read a bunch of materials, I've read their Indiegogo campaign, I've read their documentation, and these people are gigantic history geeks. They love talking about the Titanic. They love digging up all kinds of obscure historical documents that have refuted details about exactly like who was there and what a particular room looked like. These are exactly the kind of people you want creating your authentic Titanic experience. The kind of people who will obsess over every little detail forever and ever. And it's really cool because, you know, since the beginning, when consumer VR came back around, we've been talking about, wouldn't it be awesome if somebody, you know, made it so we could visit all these historic locations and see what they were really like we we were really there. The problem is that in real life, recreating historic locations involves extensive historian work. They have to gather all kinds of documents. They have to figure out the most plausible interpretations. They have to model everything based on historical photographs, based on historical artworks and first-person accounts. And that's a lot of work. And, you know, you can't just say, well, let's recreate these historical places and go visit them. You have to ask who is going to do that work. And the answer is, these guys are going to do that work. And that's why I think they absolutely deserve the funding that they are currently looking for on Indiegogo. They are having a Phase 3 campaign. I believe this is not their very first campaign. They're continuing to have more campaigns as they go along to raise more money. They have 9 days left in their current campaign, raised of their $250,000 goal. So far, they only have about $42,000, so they need a lot of help and a lot of work to get to that final goal. And if you like historically accurate experiences that have educational potential, and if you like visiting historic places in virtual reality, this is one that you should check out. Now, this early demo I'm going to be playing is extremely preliminary. It only has about 2% of the ship that you can visit. In the final version, they're going to have you be able to visit literally the entire ship. I believe they say every hold on, let me find this. You can access every room, corridor, cabin, and pantry. So they have extremely ambitious goals for how completely they want to recreate this ship. And keep in mind, it is a very early demo. In addition to not being able to explore the whole ship yet, the VR integration, the Oculus Rift support, is also very preliminary. And there are a lot of pieces that just don't really work yet. But I reasonably assume that when they go and do the full thing, they're going to get some VR consulting done, and they're going to make sure that the VR support in the final thing is well done, because that's a big part of their current campaign. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game. Now, I'm not going to put my Oculus Rift DK2 on quite yet, because actually the main menu does not work properly in VR. So I'm going to be looking at it here on my screen. Alright, here we are at the main menu, Titanic Honor and Glory. This screen would display correctly if we were playing in monitor mode. We would have the logo at the top and we would have the 4 buttons at the bottom. Instead, we have it split between the 2 eyes, so this is a terrible example of how to make a menu in VR. Also, if I pick up my Oculus Rift DK2 and try and move it around to look around the scene, you'll see that it's kind of stuck in one place. That's also very bad in VR. You always need to be able to look around, so hopefully these are the kind of obvious things that they will fix when they do VR support in the final version. In here you can go into your graphics settings. You can fix, I recommend if you want to set the stuff that you just do it in monitor mode where it's easier. Likewise with reading the info and the controls. The controls are pretty simple, just WSID, walk around, hold shift to run, I and shift I to turn on and off the info boxes, and escape to get out. So, and there's a bunch of other information here about the project, and I've read all this stuff. I'm not going to read it here because the screen's all messed up, but it's all interesting stuff about the background of the people working on the project. It's actually a very small team, only 3 people on the core team, a support team about 5 people, and a bunch of consultants who are helping out. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and click Start Demo, and I'm going to get my Rift on. Are we in the demo? We're starting! Okay, gotta get my mouse down in the corner. Don't need it getting in the way. Let's Rift up. I am snug and secure in my Oculus Rift DK2. Now, the other limitation of this game is it has quite a lot of judder when looking around. That suggests that it was not yet performance optimized for VR support. Which is, you know, understandable since it's very, very early, very basic VR support. So I'm just going to deal with the judder. You guys are not going to be able to see it. Judder is the kind of thing you can only see while you yourself are in the experience most of the time. So I'm going to deal with it, and I'm just going to look around here. I mean, when I play like Zelda Wind Waker, it runs at 30 FPS and I have judder 100% of the time, so I'm used to it. Not a big deal, but not ideal. Alright, welcome to the demo tour. Shift I to hide info boxes, I to show info boxes. Ah! Door opened. Freaking me out. I thought there were people here. If you enjoyed this demo, please support us on Indiegogo to help us complete the ship and the game. Ending in 9 days. So you can see right away that these light bulbs and these doors, what's happening here? Where does that door lead? Can I turn around here? How do I can't turn around, can I? I can only strafe. That's fine. I'll just turn around my whole body if I need to turn around here. Look out there. I am clipping through the door a little bit, but there's the ocean and the night sky. And you have this authentic cage door. I like that. Out of my way, info box. I have a ship to visit. Oh, look at this fancy door. Man, this ship must have cost a bundle. What's this ball over here got to say? Through these doors, first-class passengers boarded the Titanic at Southampton. These doors were ordered opened by Second Office Lightoller? I don't know how you say that. During the sinking with the intention of loading lifeboats through them. However, no lifeboats rowed to them, and they only hastened the flooding. Bad move, Lightoller. So that's kind of sad. So they tried to get people out through these doors, but it was not happening. No lifeboats showed up. So these are the first class cabins. This is where all the rich people were hanging out. Oh, coat racks. Check it out. That is an authentic 1912 rich people's coat rack. They gotta have a place to put their rich people coats. What's in here? Can I go in here? This way to the first class cabins on D deck. Can I go in? Nope. That area is closed off for the moment. There are many areas here where they just kind of closed it off with a curtain because they haven't modeled that part yet, which they will do with the money from their Indiegogo campaign. They've said that they're going to continue. First class elevator foyer. These 3 elevators lead to A, B, C, D, and E decks. Elevators are out of order, of course. They're not done. Cool. They have the little lights that tell you what deck the elevator's on. That is fancy. They made all this fancy stuff just to have it sink. Even this fancy chair ended up at the bottom of the ocean. Poor chair. Alright. Let's see if I can turn around and read this. D-deck reception room. In this room, first-class passengers would meet before entering the dining saloon for dinner. After dinner, tea and light fare would be served as the orchestra played tunes of the day. Huh. I guess, yeah, I mean, they were paying like tens of thousands of dollars in modern day currency for this trip, so it's no wonder it was so damn fancy. Steinway Model B Grand Piano. One of the 6 pianos aboard the Titanic. And look at that, even the sign is reflecting in it. And look at that beautiful reflecting surface. And they've really done all the texture work to make this an authentic recreation of that Steinway Model B piano. Reception room and dining saloon windows are lit at night by linolite fixtures behind the windows. Very cool. So you can see the kind of attention to historical detail I'm talking about. This is not like just a game that happens to be set on the Titanic. This is not like the movie Titanic, where it was, you know, vaguely inspired by the Titanic with some scenes based on real drawings. This is the real thing. You're in a space that is a fairly faithful recreation of the real Titanic space. And that just lets you have this feeling of being transported in time like nothing else before. I wonder if that's like the original music they played. That is a good question. Like I was saying, these reflections, this game is built in Unreal Engine 4. It uses a lot of their... and Unreal Engine 4 has... Hi, plant. A lot of great support for specific types of lighting and deferred rendering that enable them to do effects like these relatively easily. You can do things like this in Unity, but it's more work. Unity 5 is picking up the slack, though, and catching up with Unreal. So you can kind of tell by looking at it that this is made in Unreal Engine, but in the future that distinction is going to become less obvious. Ooh, look at those pretty lights. What are all these photos lying around? Oh, these must be historical photos of, like, the people from the ship. Oh, and these multicolored couches. It's a little bit gaudy by modern standards, but it's not bad. I like the throw pillows. Alright, let's keep going. What's over here? This way to the first-class dining saloon. Meal service in the first-class dining saloon was included in the price of a first-class ticket. Sweet free food. Sunday mornings, the room would be used for religious services. The saloon was being set for breakfast during the iceberg collision. So they missed breakfast and froze to death. Rough day. Oh, can I go through? Nope. I can stick my head through it, though. Whee! Wait, is there stuff in here? Can I activate this? Spacebar. Spacebar. I don't think I can activate this. But I can kind of stick my head through and get a look around. That's fine. I think I'm just supposed to look at it through the window here. Yeah, I can see the dining tables in there. Okay, cool. You can see these white pillars are the same in there. They're like in the middle of the table. That's a little bit awkward. You couldn't see the person across the table from you. I love that you can capture little bits of that experience that they had on this ship. Like the fact that they would sit at their breakfast table and not be able to see the person across from them. You wouldn't know that from a history book. You wouldn't know that from looking at plans of the ship. Alright, so let's go over this way. Get out of the way, mouse. I don't need you. Ooh, look at that staircase. That is a grand staircase. French tapestry woven by Ambusen for the White Star Line based on the Chasse de Guise series. Nice. That is a giant waste of art, if I may say so. Just to have it go for 5 days and then be sunk in the sea. D-Deck. D-Deck is where I am. What's this say? Passengers are requested not to smoke in this room until after luncheon. I don't think on modern ships they let you smoke anywhere, anytime. They don't want to burn the ship down. But back then, you know, not smoking was not an option. This way, to the first-class dining saloon. Meal service in the first-class dining saloon was... Oh, I already read this. Yeah, it's the same. That's the same room. It just extends all the way over here. Okay, I'm ready to go up the stairs. Can I go up the stairs? Let's find out. I can go up the stairs. Awesome. This way to CBA and boat decks. Locations near the grand staircase on the decks above include the Enquiry Office, First Class Lounge, Reading and Writing Room, Gymnasium, and Marconi Wireless Room. Wireless? I don't think they're talking about cell phone service here. Nice potted plant. Alright, let's go. What's over here? If you want to explore the areas above and experience the voyage and sinking, visit us and donate. Okay, so I can't go here. There's an invisible wall, but I can still kind of get a glimpse around of the next deck. And a little bit of the deck above, if I kind of poke my head over there. Alright, let me turn around here. I kind of wish there were keys to turn my body. That is another oversight here. Unless I am just not finding the keys. Okay, that's the same. That's fine. Oh, look at this. Look at this beautiful railing. And this post and those candles. This is very, very well done. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And I have a very clear space. Like, this is like right over my head. I feel like it's like 2 or 3 feet over my head. You have such a great sense of the space. Like, I never knew that the Titanic was this spacious in the first class on Deck D. This feels like, I mean, it feels like a regular 8-foot ceiling, but there's so much open space, these giant open rooms where you can see straight from one end of the ship to the other. At least across the width. Can I go this way? Yes, I can. Awesome. What's over here? Hello. Electrical distribution panel. Panels like this and others around the ship controlled the flow of electricity to lighting and other circuits. Shock risk. Do not touch. I'll be fine. Ow! Okay. Well, that didn't kill me at least, so that's a plus. Oh, check it out. They have the little numbers and everything. This is so much needless attention to detail. It is wonderful. I bet this was based on like actual like electrical engineering diagrams of the ship or whatever. This is awesome. These are truly the greatest Titanic geeks I've ever seen in my life. And this little piece of furniture, and here are those doors again. The one where they tried to get people out, but it turned out to be a bad idea. Through these doors, passengers from the tenders at Cherbourg and Queenstown would board the Titanic. Others would disembark at these locations. The first-class Cherbourg tender, Nomadic, is the last remaining ship built for the White Star Line and is currently preserved in Belfast, Northern Ireland. I see. So they had great plans for this ship. It was going to go all over the place. Alright, let's turn around here. Be on my way. Can I go in here? Nope, this is another closed off area. First class cabins on D deck. I'm kind of walking backwards here because I don't want to turn all the way around. I can't reach my keyboard then. Can I go anywhere else? Oh, there's a staircase leading down. Can I go down? Let's find out. There's another nice painting. There's like some trees and a guy with 2 horses. Sure, why not? E-Deck. Hello, E-Deck. This way to the first class cabins on E-Deck and Scotland Road. Further down are the bath facilities. Look up. Oh, nice. Sweet. Look at this. It's got to be like 100 feet up. Oh, this ship is huge. You can see from the bottom deck to the top deck, and there's that big glass thing on top, and that is really cool. Oh, I wish I could have just stood here on the real Titanic and looked up at that and seen how big and giant and spacious it is. What's over here? Locations in this direction include alternate first, second class cabins and the second class staircases. Oh, I like this tile pattern. That is nice. It's like octagons and diamonds. Makes me want to stop and go at the same time. E28, occupant uncertain. So they don't have complete historical records. They don't actually know who was staying in every one of these little rooms. Oh, look how narrow this hallway is. I feel like I could put my hands up like this and I would be pressing against the walls of this cabin. Wow. Occupant uncertain in this one as well. Can I go inside? Nope. I can only clip through. There's another porthole. Nice view of the night sky out this little porthole. I like how they have the little wire holding it up. I guess if you wanted to close it, you would like take it off? Or, I don't know, how do you close these things? Does anybody know? Okay, well that's interesting. I'm just gonna back out of here. E27, occupant uncertain. This one's a little bit wider. Crew cabin, lady clerk, and restaurant cashier. Okay, so a couple of the staff members stayed in this here room. Oh, what's that say? First class entrance. Nice. E26, occupant uncertain. There's probably some like really obvious way to turn around. I just don't know what the key is. Anyway, E22, Pauline Gibson, Dorothy Winifred. So two women stayed in this room. Maybe one of them was a girl. I don't know. It's a tiny little room. Like, the other one's right over there. So this one can't be wider than maybe like 10 feet or something. I can't wait till they finish. I can go into these rooms and check out their little beds. Do you think it had like 2 separate beds or like a bunk bed? I don't know. And check out the little oval handles. That's cool. Got a nice environment map on those. Who stayed here? Edward Calderhead and Spencer Silverthorne. So Edward and Spencer stayed across from Pauline and Dorothy. I guess maybe they were kind of gender segregated, or maybe they just did this themselves. I guess it would cause a scandal in 1912 if a man and woman shared a cabin and they were not married. Margaret Brown, John Flynn, and James McGow. McGow? I don't know. Here's another nice dresser, another nice porthole. This is so cool, guys. I want to explore the whole ship now, but I can't. It's not done. Locations in this direction include the mailroom and the first class squash court. Squash court? Oh, I want to go visit the squash court. I want to play squash with the people from 1912, but I can't. First class elevator foyer. These 3 elevators lead to A, B, C, D, and E decks. Same as up on D deck. This is what they look like down here on E deck. Oh, the floor is different here. Now it's no longer octagons. It's like a square or a diamond and triangles, and then some more triangles. This is so cool. Notice how the floor has that like reflection effect to make it look all shiny? It's a very nice touch. Makes it feel so clean and nice. Okay, I need to kind of turn around here. Okay, I'm just going to back out. What's over this way? Oh, is there more stuff here? Swimming, electric, and Turkish baths. And an emergency door. Where's that go? Oh, I can get through. The emergency door. What's over here? Ah. Scotland Road. Named after a street in Liverpool where many crew of the early White Star Line ships lived, Scotland Road is the main access passage for crew and third-class passengers. It ran the length of the ship along the port side, although what is featured in this demo is only a short section near the middle of the ship. This is only a short section? This is not the whole thing? This hallway is enormous! No wonder they call it Scotland Road. It's like the length of an actual road. Wow. I like how they have the pipes going right overhead. Oh, you can tell right away we're not in first class anymore. I've got the fire suppression system. That turned out to be not so useful when everything was flooded. Here's some steam to the boiler room. Can I go in the boiler room? Nope. Nice. 38. Saloon waiters. Saloon waiters. Oh, that's where the waiters from the saloon stayed. Crew stairs. So the crew didn't get to use the fancy stairs. They'd have to use their own stairs. Their own crappy stairs. 40 saloon waiters. Drying room. So they did. Is that for laundry, or am I misunderstanding what a drying room is for? 22 saloon waiters. Ash place, a room used to handle ash from the boiler rooms while in port. Interesting. This way to Scotland Road aft, third class aft, and the turbine and reciprocating engine rooms. So I can't go visit them yet, but I can see a hint of them off in the darkness. 20 crew berths. Very cool, very cool. I can't believe this is only 2%. There's so much stuff here already. This is more than in like the last 5 demos I played combined already. And you know, they're doing it like as a labor of love. They've even said that if they somehow don't manage to raise enough money with their Indiegogo campaign, they're still just gonna find a way to do it, just not quite as quickly, because they're so obsessed with this project. Third class dining saloon, F deck. This room is where third class passengers, primarily single men or men traveling in groups, would dine. As a safety precaution, single men were segregated from families, women, and children, and were quartered in the forward section of the ship. As a safety measure, single men are extremely dangerous, guys. To families and to everybody. Oh, look at these cute little plates. And this chair feels super tiny. I feel like these seem like children's chairs. Like if I was sitting here, I would barely have room for my legs, and like my arms on those tiny armrests would be like touching the arms of the people next to me. And what are they eating? Is that a meal? Is that an egg? Is that a bread roll? It's tiny. Is it some kind of fruit? And are these fruit? Are these apples? Were apples smaller in 1912? Am I missing something? Oh, there's a nice little card. Oh, and they have one of those glass decanters full of water for everybody to share. There's no waiter here pouring your water. You pour your own goddamn water. This way to the third class pantry and galley. Can I go in there? Nope. That's fine. Oh, they have coat racks too. They have the same coat racks as the fancy people. You guys should feel lucky. Okay. Ooh, historic artwork. Atlantic Transport Incorporated. Line. London to New York. Nice. That looks kind of like a French flag with stars on it. That must be their official like naval ensign or something. I don't know. Red Star Line. So I guess these are all the various cruise lines or ship lines that were in operation at the time. Man, this dining hall is super crowded. There's like barely enough room for me to walk to my table between these posts. I'm like bumping into the post. This is super crowded, guys. And wouldn't you hate to be this guy, like seated in this corner here? Like with his back to the wall and the porthole. Although you do have a nice view of the rest of the room from here. Yeah, the seat isn't so bad. Ooh, salt shaker. Alright. Seems like everybody's eating the same thing for breakfast. This way to the forward third-class dining station. Okay. Can I go in there? Not yet. Is that... I hear a sound above me. Is that the ventilation? There's probably no air conditioning here. Probably first class had air conditioning. Did they have air conditioning on the Titanic in first class? That's a question I'd like to know. This way, to forward third class dining saloon. Same deal over here. Third class pantry and galley. Very cool. Oh, look at this surface. It's so shiny. I should stop being impressed with every shiny thing I see, but they're so pretty. Oh, and look, there are little numbers on the walls. 5, 7, 9, and 15. What kind of pattern is that? Let me take a look at this porthole. Hey, ocean. Okay. Let's get out of here. Gotta find my way around this table. Okay. I think that's it. I think I've totally explored. Every explorable area of the ship. Let's see if I missed anything up here. I didn't go the other way down Scotland Road, so let's see what's over that way. I'm gonna run. Holding down shift. Run! Run! There's no time to lose. We have to save everybody. Deploy the lifeboats. 42 second class stewards. Drying room. This way to Scotland Road forward and third class forward. What's up there? I can't see. So cool. Alright. So yeah, this is... I mean, like I said, these guys are obviously like... This is not an experience designed to cash in. Whoa! This door opens. Oh, this is how I got in here. I knew that. Man, I think Hupero, when he did it, he forgot to go inside here in this emergency door, and so he like missed that entire wing. Unless I am mistaken about which part he missed. But yeah, that was very cool. I'd love to get some insight. F deck, the lowest deck. No first class cabins on this deck, and apart from the floor of the squash court, no first class facilities below this deck. Interesting. This way to the plunge bath swimming pool. A watertight door is beyond this door. Oh, check this out. Oh, this is fancy. Oh, look at the colors and the patterns, and I don't even know what this thing does. Is this some kind of massage chair? Or electric chair? Look at the little cubbies. And they've got little numbers. So much needless detail. And a little fountain with a little lion head. Oh, check that out. Check it out. This way to additional Turkish bath facilities. I see. So they were doing this in the Turkish style. In the Turkish bath style. Turkish bath cooling room. This richly appointed room is where passengers would go to cool off after a rigorous bathing process. Yeah, they've been bathing so long, they need a place to cool down. What's this? Is this some kind of changing room? I can stick my head through and kind of get a look at it. That is cool. It would be fun to change in there. Please donate to our campaign. Oh, they wrote it on the mirror in the steam from the cooling room. Nice. Isn't this a pretty room? Look at this. Look at this. And look at those gold things up there. That must be like vents. Are those vents? I don't know. Can I go in here? Nope. Wow. Wow. I am missing so much. I've never seen a historical recreation that simultaneously has this much attention to detail, this much dedication, and also is just so damn pretty. This is gorgeous work. Can I go to the pool? Light bulb. Okay, I'm gonna try and turn around a little bit. Okay, there we go. Ah, sorry guys, this is a little awkward. Alright. Gotta find my keys. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm heading to the pool. I'm gonna go for a little swim. Can I go to the pool? Oh, I can't go to the pool. I wanted to go to the pool. I'll have to wait for the full version. That was so cool. That was so cool. Can I go over here? No, I don't think I can. Alright, back up the stairs. This. Like I said, so much attention to detail, so pretty. And I don't think anything that's ever been created before this has given people as much of a like playing this demo in virtual reality right now on the DK2. I don't think anything else has ever given anybody quite the same sense of being on the Titanic other than actually being on the Titanic. And I think that's an amazing kind of visceral feeling that you cannot you just can't get it from watching a movie. You can't get it from watching a documentary where they take you through the Titanic and show you what the bits look like. You can't get that from the only thing you can really get that from is just this experience of being able to explore it yourself and see all the little parts and ask your own questions about it and make your own observations. I mean, that's what learning's really about. It's about choosing what you want to explore and then answering your own questions about it, not like being taken on a guided tour by some crusty old lecturer. This is I think the future of history education right here that I'm looking at, and it is beautiful. I'm curious, like they've obviously got the. Did I go over here? Yeah, I did. They've obviously got the historical recreation thing down quite well. I love the historical notes, and I love all the little details, like these numbers, these tiny little numbers that, you know, and even the tiny little labels there, like that just makes it feel so much more realistic. Like I would not expect that from an experience like this. Like if I were playing, like, you know, Half-Life 2 and I walked up to that wall and tried to look at those labels, they would be like 3 pixels wide. They would not say anything. But here, I can read them. There's so much detail. And the detail is meaningful. It's historically accurate, and it conveys something about how the ship operated without having to explain it. It just kind of shows you as you walk by, and you ask yourself, hey, what do these numbers mean? I love everything about this, and I really hope that their campaign is going to be as successful as possible. It is a flexible funding campaign, so even if they're not, I mean, their goal is super ambitious, and I don't know if they're going to meet it in 9 days, but it's okay because it's a flexible funding. They're going to get all the money they can, use it to do as much as they can, and the rest they're just going to have to find some other way to fund it. And I believe that they'll find a way to do it because they're so passionate about this project. So pretty. I would love to see this done as a room scale VR experience for like the HTC Vive, or sorry, Vive, HTC Vive, where you could actually like imagine this as an out-of-home VR experience for the HTC Vive, where you could take a portion of it, like this room here, and you could map it onto a real room, and you could put chairs and tables down in the same locations. And then you could just walk through this space, and you could be like, and you could walk with your real legs and sit down in the chairs, and that would take it to a whole nother level. And I hope that we're gonna see that kind of really super immersive version of this sometime in the future. Imagine going on a history field trip, and your teacher's like, "Okay, we're at the V-Arcade now. I'm just gonna put this Vive on your head, and then you're gonna walk around here and sit at the table with your fellow classmates and go sit with them in the dining hall. Maybe they can put some authentic food in front of you and you can like eat it together. I don't know. This is awesome." Anyway, but yeah, I'm like, I did not know what to think when I first heard of this. It seemed incredibly ambitious. And it still does. I mean, they've only done 2% of the ship, and they say they want to do 100% of the ship. And this is a lot already. But, you know, I feel like they have the passion and they have the resources to pull it off, especially if they get as much funding as they can. And, ooh, I didn't take a look at the keys. That is nice. I want to sit and play the piano. They probably wouldn't let me do that even if I was on the Titanic. They'd be like, "Get back to third class. You're not a first class passenger." Anyway, yeah, this has been an awesome demo. I hope you guys who have your DK2 will check it out. Note there are some limitations to the VR right now. As I noted before, the main menu does not work properly in VR. You have to kind of click on the Start Game button. Either do it blindly with your mouse, or just use OBS to mirror the screen when you're starting playing, and then use that to operate the menu. Either way is fine. And I'm just gonna zoom over here. There we go. Going downstairs for a bit. And the other limitation is there is judder whenever I turn my head. It's fairly severe. It's not worse than like playing Zelda Wind Waker and Dolphin VR, but it's very distracting, and I hope they'll do some performance optimization later on to make it a better and smoother VR experience. I'm playing this on my 980, so you probably don't have a better GPU than that. But I feel like that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of like technical details they can work hard to really just get rid of those with the final version. If they just work on bringing up the frame rate and making things smooth and consistent on everybody's platforms. What is this thing? WT door deck plate. What does WT mean? I want to know. See, this is what I'm talking about. I just wander around, and what is that thing that looks like a CD? I know it's not a CD. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about. When you wander around on the Titanic, like, suddenly, like, you're not being taught history. You're asking your own questions about history, and you want to find out the answer to that. Now I want to like go to Google and be like, what's WT door? What does that mean? And I think that's what's so cool about this experience. And I've been talking forever now. I don't even know how long this video is. But I hope you guys will try it out if you have a DK2. This game also has a monitor-based version, which was the first version they created, and it is just as beautiful. Obviously, you don't get the same sense of immersion, sense of scale, and really being in the space, but it is still a great experience, and I think well worth the price for an authentic recreation of the entire ship. So I highly recommend supporting it, whether or not you have the VR hardware quite yet. And that is all for today. I'm going to be putting out another piece of the Knife of Dunwall tomorrow. Going to do more Wind Waker soon. And let me know any other demos you'd like to see me do. I'm not doing only educational demos. I'm doing any kind of demo that you guys think is cool, or that I think is cool. And I will see you guys next time. Everybody have a great every day.